and I'm going to be interviewing 4 different girls from 4 completely different backgrounds. The goal of this interview is to see how white supremacy shows up in Black community spaces, and if there is a pipeline between your socioeconomic background as a Black individual and the type of Black space you are allowed to be in. What is your name and where are you from?
My name is Noemi. I'm from Northern Virginia.
My name is Brooklyn Quee, and I'm from Siler City, North Carolina.
Okay, my name's Kristen. I'm from Delaware, but I live in Delaware, but I'm kind of from all over.
Can you describe the place you grew up? Demographics, whether that's your community, high school?
Well, I was born in Brooklyn, and then I went to school in Manhattan. So I went to preparatory school, so it was a lot of white people. And then I moved to California, and I was like, me and my sister were the only Black girls in our whole school. So I went to elementary school there too. And then I moved to Virginia for 5th and 6th grade at a public school, and it was way more diverse. Then I switched to Catholic school, and then that was all girls and all white. I was the only Black girl in my grade. And then I went to my public high school, and it was more diverse, but it was still like 75%, 80 white. So yeah, and now I'm at Spelman.
It's a small rural town in North Carolina. I would say it's predominantly white and some Hispanic, not many Black people there. Okay, so when I was graduating from or getting promoted from middle school to high school, I was one of 3 Black students in my whole entire school, and one of the other Black students was my brother. So there's only 3 of us in the whole school.
I would definitely say, like, my whole life I've been very privileged to have good access to education. I went to both public and private schools, so I feel like that's definitely a privilege that I was able to have. I definitely went to predominantly white schools. Majority of the time. I mean, some of the areas I lived, but since it was private schools, they were a bit more diverse. But definitely, like, my immediate area is very predominantly white.
So how would you describe your parent or parents' socioeconomic status, and how do you feel like that has affected you when it came to the school you now attend?
I would consider them upper middle class. They both have their doctorates in nursing and chemical engineering, so, very STEM based.
It does make a fairly good amount of money. So in regards of that, I would say that the opportunities that I received growing up in a predominantly white area with a mom who was born and raised there, as well as being a mixed kid, I had a lot of opportunities than I would say my darker skin tone friends had. So I played travel ball, which was $1,200 a year to play. I played all the sports I wanted to play, rec ball, which I had to pay for. I did get a lot of fairly new things, the newest clothes, really anything that I wanted in regards, and that sounds bad, but in regards of having the money to do it, I did it. As well as I've been on a lot of trips. I traveled around Spain, I've been to Puerto Rico, I went to Florida, Disney World every year, from 8 years old and up, as well as the fact that the first car that I have was a Dodge Challenger 2018, and then my brother's first car was a Mustang, and then my youngest brother's newest car is a Hemi.
I would say, yeah, I was in Jack and Jill of America, and the whole idea of that community or organization is that Black mothers specifically are investing into Black children to be able to provide them with opportunities and be able to put them in spaces that not everybody has the opportunity to be in. But it kind of sometimes the message is kind of lost, and so people say, oh well, I was in Jack and Jill as of a a point or something, as they kind of have a superiority complex. So yeah, but I mean it was beneficial to me because I think Jack and Jill is kind of like a pipeline to Spelman and Morehouse. So yeah.
I don't think I was specifically part of any prestigious organizations. Maybe I did sports and dance. Maybe I used to do dance. I know that's probably expensive, but yeah, I would say that. But school-wise, I would say especially because depending on your area, depends on how good the schools are. I would say that I've at least had the privilege to have enough economic status to have access to good public schools or private. So
from the DMV, so that meant Loudoun County and Ashburn, and those are really so that's where like a lot of people were from.
A lot of girls who have made like their own pathway in life and who've tried to figure it out. I know like some of us, we just got granted more opportunities.
Right, yeah.